Mpatie mtoto.
Nikupatie mtoto.
Mera.
Kana kwa mwana.
Mera katika.
Kana kwa
Unanijua, si ndio?
Baba mtoto gitu.
Shika mtoto.
Mama hivi.
Guys, welcome back. Today a bit I'm not feeling good. You know, the more I subject myself to this, the more it becomes the crackatoos and the pogroms always evolve. And I've been called to the hospital a bit, and it's so traumatizing in a way that what's going to be popping out is already things are now messing up. And this kind of the fact is to this kind of the Jiggers family a bit, it's becoming now a head trick and a headache at this kind of the matter in a way that I cannot know how to solve this kind of the matter, because now the management want them out in a way that today they have broken this kind of the windows. You can see this kind of the window, it's broken. And also we have this kind of the window also. Talk about this kind of the window pane here. It has been broken already, and all of it's caused with the mom, and it's becoming a bit of a problem, and much of the people will have to understand me into this. And it's now like I'm gonna not be paying much of the money to cater for them here, so I have to evacuate them with an immediate effect. And also I have to do the necessary in a way that now I don't know what's going to be coming out, because already even my mind is messed up. And what we're going to be doing, I have a thinking in a way that let me go back to the house they were, because nobody needed to see them in each kind of the house. Like I want to rent a house so they can just stay. Nobody needs them, because this is the mess that we're going to be coming up. Because when we started treating them, we thought about this the disease to treat and they will just stay a bit. But now we see something else is evolving, like dismantling and causing some of the misery to the hospital again, to the property, because which is now getting to management in a way that now even the nurses who are taking care of them, they're being told that they have to evacuate them with an immediate effect. Look at where the box is. This is the box that was brought here to store much of the clothing. Look at where it's just pressed. Look at where it's just being catered, and that's where it's resting its own course. And talk about the mom now. Let me show you something that it's a mess up. And we are trying, but look at this kind of the house right now. Much of the clothing that we are talking about, we've ever bought much of the clothing. Look at how they are. These are clothing that we bought. It was so fantastic. These are clothing that you can just remember we bought, so, and she needed it, so as you can just be wearing. This is what she is making. I don't know why. Look at this kind of the strides. I don't know what's really happening until she is getting to this kind of an extent of tearing all the clothes, including even right now she is tearing much of the, these are the clothing. We bought a lot of clothing here, and you can now see these are the clothing that this is how they are being catered for. These are how they are just being stored. And we can talk about everything is in a mess. Look at even down here, much of the Colgates. Talk about these are just the we can call them the toothpaste. That's how they are. These are the clothing that are being torn, and much of the things are now happening. And these are just look at these ones here. So much of the good clothing, they have now been turned into waste. And it seems that we are wasting our energy. We are wasting our good energy, whatever we are just doing here. And it's a bit of, I can talk about, I've been told to evacuate them out so that everything can just be responsible. And what I can talk about is I've been into this kind of the way to help them and come out with a solution. Right now, I don't know what is he doing here a bit. Hapa kuko aje? Mbona unararua nguo? Eh? Mbona unararua nguo? Cheki. Nini hiyo? Hey. I will not allow you to bring. Come here. A bit of headache here in a way that she's now doing some of the nonsense, and I'm gonna be dealing with her perpendicularly, not even to the police, but usimpatie, usimpe. Nini mbaya? Unampatia mtoto wa nini? Kaa huku kwanza tushauriane. Nini mbaya? Nini mbaya? Nini mbaya? Unataka kupigwa ndio usikie? There's a bit of a headache here in a way that I'm going to be solving this kind of the matter. It's just the stupidity, and I think she's thinking about she's everything she can just do here, and she has done a misery in a way that she understands what she's doing, but whenever it comes to the real thing that's done to this kind of the area, she's now messing up with everything here. And she thinks about everything is just possible. I'm going to be allowing them to go because we are not interested in terms of helping, and we can just see some of the stupid things that are happening here, and we can just get it out in a way that I've helped them a bit to get them treated. Look at how the clothing are being done, and she understands what she's doing. And guys, it's a mess up, eh? And I think about maybe we select kauku. Nimesema ukae. Nimesema ukae. Nani kwambia nakuwa? Unaenda wapi? Wapi? Kufanya nini kwa nyumba?
Naenda kwa nyumba.
Kufanya nini?
Nakaanga wapi?
Kuja. Check, saidia na sanitizer. Guys, I think I'm gonna be getting them out from here, and it will be the end of this kind of the project. And it's a mess because we are treating, and again they are now all the staff talk about everybody's just wondering what's really popping out here. Yeah. Yeah. Guys, a bit is I think I don't know if we are messing or what's going to be holded here, and I think they're going to be evacuated with an immediate effect because I don't know now. Nobody knows. Nobody wants to see them in the same condition. Talk about in the same house. Talk about maybe you can rent, maybe you can do whatever. Nobody needs to see them wherever it's just necessary. I think it's just evacuation is the only thing that we're gonna be doing, and whatever gonna be happening, it will be at least. Yeah, put it there. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's very nice. So guys, coming out from this kind of the position is to talk about if we mess, if we're gonna be messing, we're gonna be messing a lot, eh? And anajifungia kwa choo. So you can imagine again, guys, we have again to call the police. They are going to the toilets. They are closing toilets. So what are we going to be doing here? It's like we are messing up with the facility. And everybody, so we have so many sick people here. We have, I don't know what are we going to be doing at this kind of the rate. I think the only thing that we can just do here is to take them out and suffer the way they were suffering, because we don't have to help a person who doesn't want to help themselves. In a way that we have treated this, and we are giving them a lot of food to eat and do whatever. We are trying to pay the bills and stay here because nobody wants to accommodate them. Nobody wants to see them in the same condition. But we are trying our best to make sure they're going to be evacuating them. But how we are just checking on how things are just happening. The husband is so coming out, because even right now, I was with the husband at the construction because we are trying to make a permanent solution. But now what's evolving is like we are messing with their life. But they have to go back where they were. And I should just wash myself, my hands, and talk about, let me continue with the people who can be helped at this kind of the rate. Because the more we try to do it, right now they're in this kind of the toilet. And they have closed themselves to the toilet. And which is making it to be all the children in this kind of the same toilet here. And that's where they are. And what are they doing here? It's something like we are maybe having much of the moment, yeah? Yeah.
Uende udungwe titi. Udungwe shinda na tetanus.
Sahi, isn't it?
Tuende udungwe.
I have to get some tetanus treatment. So again, the product is changing into the project now. I was a project manager. Again, I'm gonna be affected again, and he's just biting me a bit here. And it's a matter of controlling and understanding how this kind of the things are going to be. But again, the project is again turning into its own people who ever put the project to be there. That's a mess we are doing maybe. And what I can just talk about is we have to evacuate them with an immediate effect. And to this kind of the things, I don't know now, am I going to be to continue or to stop it? What are we doing here? Because we are messing up. And also...
Take your hat.
How are you going to be solving this kind of the matter?
Hadi mimi najua nashinda tu. Najua time alianza kupasua hizi vyo hadi niliogopa kuingia hapo ndani. Sasa umeona amekungata mkono. So tuende tupate medication.
So she's now becoming wild in a way that
wagonjwa wameogopa kukuja this side. Wako na chumba chao basi this side hivi kuna
nobody wants to exactly guys. So they have caused in a way that nobody to this kind of the wards that are here. Nobody is willing to come this side because of her. And she's now becoming wild in a bite. Everybody is now fearing, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do to this kind of the section? So a bit a problem in terms of that. And I promise you that we have been trying our best to make sure we're going to be catering for them. But again, they're now turning into the project people who are making it happen in a way that I don't know how we're going to be squeezing ourselves into this. But I understand I'm going to be having a solution. And the solution is to evacuate them with an immediate effect and get them where they were. Maybe you can just cement their house. After cementing their house, which is tomorrow, let them go back and stay there. After that, we shall see what's going to be coming out. If the project continues, God knows. If it doesn't continue, God knows again. Because at this kind of the time where we are reaching, it seems like now we are messing with the same people we are helping here. And if it reaches to that kind of the point, even if you are a good Samaritan, you can never be into such kind of the matter. And we have to handle it the way it is. Keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while after getting TT. Guys, after all the crinkums of the day that has already evolved here, as we have just been encountering much of the wild from this kind of the family, and what I can say is I've got another solution, because what we are trying to help is not the parents. We are trying to help the children to come out from this kind of the mess. Now, what if again they're going to be getting back to that position? Because this kind of the parents, they know what they did until they became what they are. Again, Ayub coming here to cry, and even right now he goes to the kitchen and asks about, hey mom, add me a soup please, add me some tea. And right now Ayub is working. Even right now I've just come with the motorbike. They know how I always ride the motorbike. He had already rushed to outside to come and see me. He had been already oriented into it. Now getting them back to the same condition. What I'm going to be talking about is I'm going to be finding the best solution of getting them to the orphanage. This kind of the children. I don't want this kind of the people to know. Let them, if they're going to be suffering, let them suffer as parents. But this kind of the children should be just taken and evacuated from them, so they can just be helped from the orphanages. And it will be the best way or the best key for us to deal with them perpendicular in a way that it will bring, again, you can imagine again getting to the same house. Yes, it will be plastered, it will be flowed. And what about again, they're going to be having the same problem. The character, they are being tearing. Talk about the mom is even walking with a matchbox in a way that she has burnt even the husband's clothing. She started with shoes. Talk about, we have been preventing buying some of the clothings. Look at how she's tearing all the clothes. It means that the mom and the father, they know themselves. The father cannot stop her. So they know themselves, and they're going to be dealing with themselves. And they're going to be making sure, going to be getting this kind of the children out of this kind of the wildism that is spreading. Let them stay out from this kind of the people, and they will just be helped. Like, we are not going to be checking it again. Like going to the same house and bringing Ayub here again to be teared and talk about to be pressed, this kind of the things, and they're crying like something else. People gonna be crying here like something else here, and we talk about, okay, are we doing something? So at this kind of the time, we're gonna be talking about, we never be at that kind of the talk about, okay, let's just be breaking up and talk about, okay, we're gonna be, no, let us deal with it the way it comes. If it's gonna be dealing with the children, let's deal with the children and leave this kind of the two parents. Let them be the way they are. If we're going to be finishing the house, God knows. If we don't, they will strive to make it happen to the same house we're going to be taking them. Because right now, I'm still on the process to request for 2 days only, so as I can just evacuate them. Because the management is talking about again to let them get out from here with an immediate effect. What are we going to be doing at this kind of the time? It's in the evening, 6 in the evening. Am I going to look? Nobody needs them to rent. Nobody needs them at this kind of the time. What am I going to do at this kind of? So I'm gonna be stressing myself for nothing. Let me go do the house, and after finishing the house, to plaster it a bit, not even them like this rough plaster. And after finishing the rough plaster, I put the floor and evacuate them on Monday to that kind of the position. And the other things will just follow its own course. If you're going to be getting this kind of the children to the orphanage, and it will be so fantastic at that kind of the time. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you after finding all the things and how you can be coming out to understand how this kind of the program going to be getting. Keep it tuned. Coming back to you in a short while. Guys, I'm coming from the facility again, getting some the tetanus vaccination a bit here, because she has bite here about around my my hand here, and things are not working properly, as I can just see here. But I've come to the conclusion after understanding how the things are coming. I understand whenever you get yourself into this kind of the programs of helping, much of the people cannot help themselves. Even if you're gonna be talk about the mentality is no longer available, and she's still at that kind of the loo there, and she's just enclosing herself. What I'm gonna be doing, because I have some of the cement that were used in terms of that kind of the site there, I'm gonna be using them to make sure I'm gonna be getting to the house that they were, and get a floor and be plastered a little bit of it, because we have the sand. We have to transfer the sand to that kind of the house and get them evacuated to there, because right now I'm told to get them out right now, and again I have to beg for 2 days to come. On Monday they have to get out from here. I don't know again tomorrow what are they going to be causing here. And even the food is ready for them to eat, but nobody is available. They are in the toilet. So how are we going to be solving this kind of the matter? I think about it's going to be a good solution if we're going to be making sure we're going to be getting them back to the position they were, and get the services done, and also get them rest there. Because how we are just getting, we have to pay the hospital bill, we have to pay for the window panes, we have to pay for whatever is necessary for them to eat, and again trouble. Talk about all the people, they don't want to be in this kind of the wards that are here. They are causing much of the people to fear even coming to the hospital again, because she's becoming wild. And when she's becoming wild, she's now tearing everything, underwears, whatever was there, she's tearing them out. And it's something that I can talk about, maybe we are messing up with this kind of the way forward, and they're going to be solving this kind of the matter once and for all, and get them back there and stay. Nobody wants to see them in their own rentals. Talk about nobody wants to see them whenever they're going to be renting there, and everyone's talking about, no, I don't want this kind of the people. I've come here, even the management, they don't want even to listen to me in a way that they're talking about to get this kind of the people out. They have finished their days. They came here for the treatment, but I asked for extra days for me to do some of the construction, but now they're becoming in a way that they are now doing this kind of the misery, so they can just be taken out. And I understand. Today she was disturbing in the kitchen platform. Talk about in the kitchen there, they were disturbing so much inside there in a way that much of the people that were talking about, we're going to be calling the police, we're going to be calling the police. And how long were we doing such kind of things in a way that we are becoming a bit of tired in terms of this. Let us help whoever want to be helped, and whoever going to be psyching and doing whatever is necessary can be it can be necessary. But at this kind of the point, I'm going to be resting my case, talking about let me deal with that kind of the house, then other things will come out effectively, because now talk about this kind of the people going to be dealing with the talk about the project again, and also the project going to be messed up in a way that I'm the one who is making it happen. Now I'm being interfered for. Talk about bites, some running, and today if I could not run and get her, she could just go. Nobody is willing to get even her or catch up to her. She's gonna be running with the child, and she's gonna be running. Even right now she's just tearing all the clothes, including the husband. Even the husband is a little bit of I don't know if I can talk about how he is. Why couldn't he act? He always don't understand what's gonna be popping out and what's gonna be coming out. She's now out and she has stared. Everything is not normal here, and I'm just looking what's really necessary at this kind of the position here, and things are not getting on good in terms of this. And what I can just talk about is I'm gonna be resting my case and talk about hey, I don't know what is next, because if you try to go inside there, chaos. That's the nature, guys. And let me rest the case and talk about tomorrow. I'll just come out communicatively talking about, and to the comment section you can talk about what we're going to be holding here. And if it's just resting this kind of the case, we can rest it, because nobody has forced us to do it. We are doing it in our humanity. Like, let's help this kind of the family, let's get them a permanent solution. But now this is a mess that we're going to be doing, and they are just messing and each and every time. So keep it tuned. I'm gonna be getting you back to this kind of the position and handling much of the matters one-on-one live, coming to you at this kind of the position, and also things gonna be coming to you as the way they have been propagated to come out. Let me get some of the calls here so I can just solve much of the matters. Hello, beautiful people, wherever you are, welcome back. It's an evening. They're going to be democratizing here one-on-one live coverage. They're going to be coming to this kind of the Jiggers family a little bit here. And they're going to be quotatizing and getting much of the things that are going to be coming out. And everything going to be so fantastic here. Unaweza zima muziki manze. Yeah, I have Isabella. Isabella, mama. Tan, 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 tan. She's here. How are you?
Fine.
You're fine? How is everything? Okay, everything is good, eh? Kila kitu iko bahali pake. Exactly. So guys, we are making it happen, and also we are just outside here to make sure that everything gonna be coming out more responsible. So today we're gonna be finishing it up, but the climate is not climatizing right now. It's gonna be raining cats and dogs here a bit, and we're gonna be making sure they're gonna be having everything getting on to this kind of the sequence of today. So we are backfilling still. You can now see this kind of the station here. Talk about the Mr. Magebo. Magebo today is part of the program and is there, and everything is so fantastic, because I had told her about I have to orient him to understand on how to look for this kind of the money more, eh? And he has to make sure that everything is so fantastic. Say hi, man. Hi, man. Everything is again, man. So guys, the work here is properly to be done here. As you can now see, the gentlemen, they are just getting this kind of the soil to the position where it's relevant. We have decided to get much of the maram from this kind of the side here, because I said it yesterday, like if we can talk about we're going to be purchasing much of the maram to fill this kind of the house here, it will get us a lot of money that we can just use the local material around us to sustain our sustainabilities. And that's what we are just doing here. And the boys, today they have 5 people who are just democratizing. I said it like the way you see one cube here, it's going to be getting like 3 trucks of some soil to heap it here. And we have Isabella, she's here to make sure you're going to be watering this kind of the space. And today don't mesha mwaga because it's going to be raining. You can see the condition, guys. Even right now it's just pumping a little bit here, and I think about it's going to be compacting it as far as it's going to be raining, and we're going to be having a lot of water compiled and congesting at the one position here. And the more we're going to be compressing it via stepping on it, it will be so hard to make it happen. So it's going to be raining at this kind of the moment here, and we are just moving. So you can now see everything is just getting good as they're just heaping here much of the soil, and also getting inside and just compacting it, so it can just be so fantastic here. So everything is going on as normal as we have ever arranged, as everything is just fantastic here. And not forgetting, today I have one of the visitors again. There's a time they came and they visited us with the Jiggers family about the hospital, and they came with much of the fruits with Jose the Mason. She's here. Hey. Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Oh, I have reached unto you. How is everything?
Everything is
Hey,
good.
today you look very... Hey. This lady, guys, she's eating well. For the people who are supporting her, keep on supporting her that way, because she's now glooming, and some people now, they're eyeing forward, 2, 3, eyeing, eh? And I understand how the things are going to be coming here. Everything is fantastic, because always a good shining a flower is the one that is always picked to make sure that you can just go and surprise somebody, eh? And I like about, because everything is so fantastic, she's here. Hi, come and introduce yourself, as you're going to be getting this kind of the Capilogic content coming up. Welcome.
Thank you.
She was about to turn 360. I don't want that one. You might vamoose my mind and talk about her, and the content we're gonna be not contentizing here. So how is everything?
Everything is good.
Okay.
We thank our Almighty God.
Our Almighty Lord,
Yeah.
who has made it happen, eh?
Yeah.
Exactly. How is everything running?
Everything is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have come to surprise us a bit.
Yeah.
Last time you were here with Jose the Mason, and but my brother was not available during that day that you came, and I understand it was a good impact. You impacted to that kind of the family, and they're now. Up to right now, they're still on those kind of the fruits. They're still eating, and they have been placed. Hey. Buddha. What is happening?
Energy is out.
Energy is out. The energy is out. Exactly. No problem.
No problem.
Exactly. Everything is good. So you can take with a spoon and not a spoon, a spade. Exactly. So welcome. You can introduce yourself here.
Yeah, guys. My name is Robbie Chacha.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm a content creator. Thank you so much, Gintu, for hosting me to your channel.
Exactly.
God bless you. So, I'm coming from Mabera village, guys. I'm not from Nyabohanse.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm coming from Mabera. So, guys, check me out.
Yeah.
Check Robbie Chacha, subscribe, and thank you so much for supporting us, for your love.
Yeah.
Thank you. God bless you.
I understand the first video I was the one who did it with you.
Yeah, yeah.
The first video I oriented her and I was about to employ her to take care of my fish ponds. But she got some people who contributed some money and she left. Even she never came and talked about it. Gintu is somebody who supported me in this one. Gintu take some tea or take some milk. This world. That's how everything is running. But the good thing is always welcome. Everything is going to be getting good, and I cannot forget that we are ever together. There's nothing has happened that you cannot meet here and there. Everything is fantastic, so you feel your best. This is the team whereby you can feel your best, and you can do whatever you think you can do, as far as you can just make sure that everything is making sense. Exactly. So to this kind of the way, guys, I appreciate much of the people tuned and locked in and supporting us to make this kind of the way forward. So when we come to this kind of the moment here, as you can now see, even this kind of the evening session, we are still on the job here. As you can now see, they're just getting. Hey, you might dig. Yeah, you have some money for somebody?
Yeah, like, you know, the lane is coming and
Warrain were coming.
The lane is coming, guys. The
Warrain
is coming. So I was being sent here some. So, but it's not for this project. I was being told to give you this money, 3,000. Okay. Can you receive? So I want the person who sent me
one,
so that she can
two.
Three. Yeah, 3,000.
Who for
the girl, Nancy.
Oh, the lady called Nancy.
Yeah, the lady called Nancy.
Exactly. That's gonna be so fantastic. Let me put them in the pocket.
For her, I don't know, it's for school fees.
For the school fees.
For
exactly.
The school fees.
And also, guys, if you're gonna be supporting Nancy, you can support her. The lady who was she told me about 15 years or how much. Get this kind of the camera. Talk.
Yeah, so guys, for the person who supported this money to bring to Gintu, thank you so much, Amajit. May God bless you from the Canada for supporting the girl for her education. So I have reached the money to Gintu, and may God bless you. We don't take it for the granted. May God bless you and bless you guys. So we are here to the family of the Jiggers site. The owner of the is there, guys. So anyone, you can still support the project, guys, so that we can. The lane is raining, guys. Let me see you.
It's raining. Cats and dogs here. It's raining. And thank you very much for the person who helped Nancy. She's called
Amajit.
Amajit.
Yeah.
Amajit, yo. Pam, pam, pam. Amajitio, thank you very much for you contributing a little bit of whatever. Nothing is small. Everything is good, and we're going to be getting back to Nancy, and she's still at home a bit. On Monday, she's going to be reporting back to school, and so as I can just continue this kind of the vibe. It's going to be raining, and we don't fear about this kind of the rain. Aero rain is always available. So I think by tomorrow, we're going to be coming to conclude this kind of the space here, and we're going to be making it happen. Mambo iko chonjo? Hapana. Mambo iko aital kuruka. Hali inakupeleka namna gani? Kila kitu iko chonjo. Exactly. So guys, they were part of the program, and tomorrow I think mtu mmoja atamaliza. Wawili. 2 people, eh? Yeah. Exactly. I think 2 people will just finish this kind of the side tomorrow, as on Sunday. Probably on Sunday, I think we're going to be starting the brick setting here, as we're going to be finishing the backfilling of this kind of the space. Oh, yeah. God has given us this kind of the opportunity. It's going to be raining other spaces here, but here it's going to be also stopping a bit, but we're going to be raining at this kind of the moment here. So I was talking about Asante Sana, nakuja huko. Guys, I was talking about, thank you very much for the people supporting the little girl called Nancy. If we're going to be touched with her story, and she's going to be getting back to school on Monday, and we have already raised 9,000, and we have a deficit of 11,000 Kenya shillings, as much of the people have ever contributed to this kind of the time. I appreciate everyone who going to be touched and talking about Ogint. We're going to be supporting her to make sure we're going to be getting back to school, as we're going to be orienting and getting this kind of the people the solution for their lives in a way that they're going to be catering for the permanent life in terms of the school fees. She's going to be learning, she's going to be getting education, she's going to be the light, she's going to be the light to their family, as she was talking about that kind of the video. So I'm going to be getting there again to have a little bit of a video of her, so as you can just sort out this kind of the things out. Thank you very much. Keep it tuned. I'm going to be back to you in a short while, as it's going to be raining. I don't want to have much of the raining, so I have to be so fantastic about it. So I'm going to be getting Robbie Chacha back to where she's going to be coming from, and get the money to the site. And that is how we're going to be making it happen. Keep it tuned. Coming to you in a short while. Guys, as I said, I'm going to be reaching to this kind of this position, and it's one-on-one live. It has rained, cats and dogs, as you can now see. Even the grasses are green a bit, and also watery, and we understand how the things are going to be coming out. And I've reached this kind of the segment, and she's here. She's called Nancy Boke. Yeah? How are you, Nancy? I'm fine. Everything is good? So you have not yet reported back to school. Yes. When are you going to be reporting back to school? I don't know. You don't know? Maybe on Monday, probably, if things are going to be fine. Yes. So already today, again, there's somebody who has supported us with 3,000 Kenya shillings, and going to be handing them over right now here. I think they are separate here. You can just count this kind of the money. So you're going to be having, I said like, if you're going to be having small amount, I talk about $1, $2, 5, 10. It's going to be, you're going to be pushing us to the forwardness in terms of, we will never be the same. We will never have the same equal or some. If you have this kind of the currency coming and being exchanged, and you're going to be changing into Kenya shillings, and this is 3,000 Kenya shillings, and everything going to be rhyming so good, and still we have much of the deficit still, and what we have just raised a bit is going to be so fantastic for her to report to school on Monday. If you're going to be touched to talk about Gintu, can we just go forward and make it happen? It's going to be so fantastic, and we'll talk about it. That will be so fantastic at that kind of the moment. And she said about she is informed too, if you have never watched that kind of the video, as she was explaining and talking about what has happened, as she has found it so difficult until even this where I am here, this is not their home. It's the same home where I got Jacinta. That's where I told her to come, because it is a genuine ground where I can make a video. There's no much of pollution, talk about much of the people passing. So as everybody can come out, all her, she can squamashly come out and talk about here. I'm gonna be so free, I'm gonna be so genuine to talk about what I'm gonna be expressing myself, because it's just a gentle area where you can just handle this kind of the matters once and for all. And she's learning in a school called Moisuba Girls. It's in Migori, and Form 2. Which kind of the Form 2? West, South?
No, Form 2 Conquerors.
Conqueror, the champion, the Babylon is here. Yeah, it's Form 2.
My sister is in
your sister? Oh, your sister is in Moisuba?
Yeah.
Form?
You know my sister?
Form?
She's in Form 2.
Form 2 which? Conqueror, the Babylon?
Which?
Which Conqueror and the other?
Winners, champion,
Oh,
and pesetas.
oh, pesetas. Your sister, she's in pesetas.
She's Filma Wegesa.
Filma.
You know, sir?
You know her? You know her?
Yes.
Exactly. So, and this kind of the money, it has been brought with the courtesy of Robbie Chacha. She's here. Robbie Chacha, hi.
Hi.
And we say thank you very much for this kind of the person. Talk about the loyal subscriber who has said that Gintu or Robbie Chacha get this kind of the money to Gintu, and so as can just render it live to her. She's gonna be holding the money and also making sure gonna be adding to make sure they're gonna be having the fee getting on and on. And what's the name? She said she's gonna be mentioned.
Amajit.
She said she's gonna be mentioned.
Yeah.
Exactly. She's called she.
He.
Is that he?
Yeah.
Hey, my Lord is God. He is called, sorry for that, because you understand some names. You understand when you talk about Gintu. Gintu was an ancestral name of a woman. So when also we talk about, is Gintu a he or a she? Don't confuse. So right now my name is now a he, but previously it was a she, exactly. So some people who are older, they know that Gintu is a she. So even right now, whenever some of the names going to be coming out, you understand the Europeans, some of the people here, they have some of the names that they cannot in Africa sometimes to differentiate them a bit a problem. But he is calling Amajit. And thank you very much for your courtesy and kindness towards Nancy. And there's somebody who has supported you. Can you say something for the people who have supported you? 2 people already they have supported. And talking about, we have just reached that. We have a deficit of 11,000 Kenya shillings still. We go and we're going to be making it happen. And I understand for the people going to be supporting, you're going to be talking about thank you. And she's having a bulk of the balance. And right now, the next week on Wednesday, they're going to be having an exam, which is is it a cut or a midterm?
ND.
It's an ND.
Yeah.
You're going to be closing the schools right now?
Now, when she finished Form 2, she's going in Form 3 now.
Yeah, this is now the final. I thought it was a midterm. Already the term is over.
Yeah.
Years are moving. I'm becoming old. No problem. That's the nature. So you can say something here and hold the camera. I want to be orienting you a bit. Hold. Okay, hold here. No. This man here. I'm gonna be orienting you a bit. Say thank you to the people. Don't fear anything. You just tell them whatever you wanna be feeling at this kind of the moment.
I want to say thank you for supporting me so that on Monday I can go back to school to continue with my studies and on Wednesday to start my exams.
Yeah. So thank you. You have that kind of the courage. You can never know. Maybe tomorrow this will be your staffs, maybe your gadgets. And we'll be talking about, get to one day you told me, man, and the Conqueror, the Babylon, and everything will be so fantastic. Don't fear anything. I told you, don't fear anything. Whatever makes you to make sure that you're going to be getting things to happen, make it happen as you see that this kind of the stuff can help me in this kind of the manner. And never give up, because this kind of the life, if you give up, you mess it. There's never too late. There's never too late. So even right now you talk about I want to be making it. Just start with that kind of the time. There are people, a little bit of a history I can just give you. In this kind of the YouTube street, talk about this kind of the camera, the cameraization of much of the people viewing here and there. There are much of the people who ever came with 70, 60 years and they started YouTube channels. Do you think they were late? It's never too late. And they started YouTube channels and they ran them. And they are doing. And there are people who started YouTube channel with 1 year, 2 years, whenever they were born. And it's never too late. And you can never know when this kind of the things will enter into you. Maybe into Gintu, it came while I was around 24 years. You understand? And now maybe to you, it will come in 20 years, maybe 19, maybe 18. And you can never know. Maybe it will come in 30s. And you can never know what comes tomorrow. So don't give up and press it coming. And I know, guys, if you're going to be touched with her story, as she said about how the life was in her home, and also talk about the mom, she's not having any job. The father went, and they're staying. There's somebody who cut a place of a plot and constructed there. It's like a mabati rat, in a way that's like a mabati structure, and they're now living there to make sure that they're going to be staying there a bit, because they don't have a home, they don't have a land, they have nothing to offer to that society. It's only that a church, a member of a church welcomed them to that kind of a piece of land. They can stay And what is always coming from the surrounding? Stigmatization. Whenever this kind of the ladies are meeting with others, they talk about, yeah, even you are living to people's plot and ABCD. It touches them and they feel like, is this life gonna be this way or how is it gonna be? So a bit challenging, and they feel like why God has selected us to be in such kind of the position. But it's a bit of a headache. We understand how the people always behave outside here, which brings us to a conclusion that we have to press ourselves and talk about not being so much hearted, because this life has no balance. Today it might be this, but tomorrow it will be another thing. So that's what I can say. And also, you can never know if you'll be the light. And maybe you don't know the young sister, you will be the light. And as far as you are the firstborn, you have to press and see the young ones are making it happen. And keep on getting her in touch so as you can just make it happen. Because you can never know also her tomorrow. Because sometimes you can subject yourself. What about your sister? Is she having much of the bulk of the balance? You said she's in grade 6?
Yes.
What's the balances there?
The balance, it is about exam.
Exam.
Balance of exam.
Exam. So right now they are doing something called KIPSEA. So KIPSEA, how much should they pay? But right now already they have registered.
Yes.
So sometimes they have problems in terms of the exams, and right now I think they have registered. This is the grade that the government also make sure they're going to be coming out with much of the result for you to go to another stage of grade. It's got grade 6, grade 7. So they have to identify the opportunity you have. Talk about, can identify that this kind of the person can do better in this and cannot do in this. So they select that you can do better in this and go ahead. Or you have to repeat because you have not done it properly. But do they have repeating? There's no repeat.
If you want.
If you want, you can repeat, but there's no repeating. So you have to move forward. Whether you be, whatever you will be, forward, always. That's what the government is talking about. Because even if you repeat and the same subject will be repeated the same. Some people also, you understand the brain sometimes. It's there, it's the same. So they have to make it happen. So thank you very much for your hospitality also, and keeping yourself in a very awesome manner, in a way that you have protected yourself, and keep on protecting yourself that way. Because some of the ladies outside there, like her, she could talk about, okay, this is the life. Maybe she has been told, oh, if the life is hard, you are informed too, already you are in high school. Understanding the culture and to the Korean tribe outside here, there are so many ladies who were married, like our parents. Back talk about our parenthood. They were mostly married because of failure into education. They were not eliteful. During that kind of the time, they could not raise much of the money to go to school. They could not raise much of the money. Some people are just back home. Go bring this kind of the fee. Go bring this. Some of them go and marry. So it's like right now, somebody can talk about, oh, you know, Nancy, if you see this kind of the life is very hard, you can be married. We are not advertising for that one. You never know your tomorrow. You might talk about, yeah, by the way, even somebody, you can be peer pressured that, oh, there's a lady we learned with, she got married, she's living in a good life. You try it then. You will see fire without smoke. Yeah. Maybe that's her life, and this is your life. And never compare that. Oh, you understand, sometimes I'm getting a bit of a headache when somebody is talking about, oh, Gintu, you know, I did this, and I did this for me to be that way. Say you can motivate people not to give up, but don't think about whatever you passed through is what other people will pass through also. No, if Gintu can talk about Gintu struggled in terms of, oh, the school, oh, this, but when it comes to you, you have a different background. Talk about, I can motivate you to go this and this and this. Some people can come with a peer pressure. Like, you know now, how old are you?
16.
16 years old. You can imagine now 16 years old subjected into early marriage. And to that early marriages, you will see there's a lady that I helped with a young daughter. And that young daughter, she was disabled. And she was in a pathetic background. That lady, she was 14 years. You can now imagine you are 16. You have said 16? Yeah. Now imagine now 14 years. She's already having a kid who is 2 years. So it means she gave birth while she was 12 years. Remove the 9 months of pregnancy, she's 11 already. You can imagine, eh? So you can imagine that kind of the scenario now. She's married, and again she's divorced. So where are you running to? nobody will cry for you, and already you have a disabled child. So it will become a problem, and God sometimes punishes much of the people in such kind of the character. So as to show you that you could do something better, but you decided to do this like a shortcut. But don't fall into such kind of the temptations, because already you have a brighter future. Always, nobody has a failed future. Everybody, even you said about you have your own goals to achieve. You wanted to be an engineer, as you told me. And you talked about you want to be like an architecture. I always remember whatever you said. And at that kind of the momentum, start it today. Because a single step today makes a million steps of tomorrow. Or Rome was never built in one day. You have to build that career. Let it stick to your head. Like, I want to be making it to this kind of an extent. And also, in school, you said you are performing better. Have you got much of the people who hate you in school because of the condition you are? Some. How do they treat you?
When I ask them to help me with the revision books, they say that go and tell your mother to buy for you because you don't want to share with poor people.
Okay. So some revision books sometimes is a problem.
Yes.
And you get it a hard work or a hard time, because only whatever you can get is the government sponsored books. You want to cry now? Don't cry. I know it's a problem. I know sometimes it's a headache at that kind of an extent. And also me, I remember during my primary school, even one day my mom bought one, and after 4 days it was stolen. Do you know my mom was about to burn the school because she has struggled to buy that book and it was stolen. So she came while she was so wild. Why only my son? You understand? And I know at this kind of the extent how it is and how you feel. And I know from the background you are coming from. Don't cry, because that's now what's going to be pressurizing you. Let me tomorrow, my future or my children will never face such kind of the circumstances, in a way that strive harder and read and make sure that whatever comes out, it's reading. Whatever comes each and every kind of time is you gonna be making it happen, because tomorrow is another day. You understand me? Exactly. And to that kind of the perseverance of making it happen, guys, I always urge much of the people who are going to be touched with her story, and you can just help her a bit to make sure that she's going to be changing her life. Like the way she is right now, you can now see a bit of a problem. Yeah, she's going to be crying a bit, but it's how the emotions are always evolving in a way that she's feeling bitter, like, me, we don't have them, but other people are going to be having. But how the treatment is coming from this kind of the people is about, oh my God, why is it happening to me? And she might be asking herself, why is it happening to her? And sometimes we say that when it gets to where now the extension of that kind of the suffering, that's where God comes in through. And I understand it from the way go, and also have that kind of the motivation.
Don't cry.
Yeah, don't cry.
God is there.
Yeah, God is always available. You understand? Yeah, even today I've brought her here about, even she's having much of the problems. Yeah, she's having now not only you and her. Yeah. She's now married, but the husband
died.
The husband died.
And I have small kids.
She has two children, ladies.
When ask my sister,
Yeah.
you think we are lying on you.
She has, and she's now striving.
Yeah.
And she was not having a work, and she knew that the husband can keep them moving, but abrupt the husband goes. You understand? So you are left to talk about. You are left now to talk about. Oh my God, what are we gonna be doing here? And everything will just be not functional. Yes, hello. Kokotemerandi kidogo nku video nde. Kidogo tu. So guys, that's why I always talk about there are people who have problems. Better you. It's right now, some people like me have already identified you, and the people have already seen you. Already you can be helped to whatever small can be there. But there are people who doesn't have even that light to face where Gintu is. They are looking for that opportunity. I hear or I see Gintu in the videos can help. And I can see Robi Chacha can bring some money to help you. But they don't have that courtesy to reach them. You understand? There are people who are looking not only like, there are people who are now more worse than even the way you are. You understand? Better you are even in school. Even the school recognize. There are people who finished class 8. They never saw any door of a high school. In a way that they are looking for that opportunity. Maybe they were forced. You have finished a class 8, go and be married. They are ever talking about one day, one time, if I become to be something, I'll go back to school. They have that kind of an urge. And the good thing about Nancy is that she has been striving and she has been keeping herself and she has been struggling. You can imagine the last time I told her, I asked her about which grade did you come up with. She said that she got a C+, and she's a leg home, leg school, leg home, leg school, each and every kind of the time, and she can achieve it and can make it. And that is the best opportunity. You can say that she is striving to make it happen, and I appreciate that. And kudos for that one, because keep on motivated and see the background you're coming from and change it tomorrow. Be an airlight in that family and buy a land and construct a house for the mom. And yes, it will take long, but even right now, if the mom right now you think about she's suffering, perform better, do better. You'll see how she's laughing daily because she sees the light. She sees that you can make it, and she's feeling, even if there's a bigger problem. Have you ever seen your mom, maybe you don't have even food in your home, but when you come, well, you have performed better, you have done something meticulous, you will find your mom laughing, and you can even sleep hungry, but you feel your mom, she's not like yesterday beat a bit, or she's not this moody, but she's laughing, but you have slept hungry. It's possible because of when you will be making it coming out and people can see. And now challenge the people who are stigmatization, talk about stigmatization or bullying you, like you cannot have this, or they are the people who can only afford it. Show them that that is not the end. And learning, it's not only got in the books, even the life is the most learning. Exactly. Keep it tuned. Say the last words. I'm gonna be ending up this kind of the video or rounding it up at this kind of the moment.
Like your needs, like your girl.
Yeah, I was about also to ask that.
You know, sometimes she can appear to tell you like you are
I'm a German.
yeah.
But I am always open, and I know, and if I can say it at this kind of the moment, like when I spot such kind of a lady, and she's talking about that kind, even I asked her, I saw the uniform, it was sun drying, and I saw how that kind of the uniform was looking like. I asked about, was that her uniform? I asked about her, and I'm not lying to that. And I saw how that kind of the uniform was looking. And was there a sweater? Was there a sweater?
Yes.
A windbreaker? Yeah, it was a windbreaker. And it was not a long sleeve, it was a short one, the windbreaker. And I saw white socks and a tie with some of the splits of red and whitish somehow, and a skirt of reddish and a white shirt. Exactly. So at that moment, how I saw it, I never saw other extra clothes hanged. It was only this kind of the clothes. And do you have the basic needs like sanitary needs, soap, applying oil? How do you survive now? Like sanitary needs, how do you survive? Your experience, maybe.
I survive with, if my mother buy for me one, I go and use it until I finish. If it is a half bulb soap, I cut it into even 6 pieces.
The small, tiny.
Yeah.
The one that we buy 40 shillings, you split it?
Yeah.
That's a section of, you can understand that kind of the life. So as it can take her long. And you understand ladies whenever it comes to that kind of the months, how they're going to be having the flows and much more. For the people who are also they have already understood, because for the people who are watching this kind of the video, we are learning and we are bigger. We understand what I'm talking about here. And we have experienced. You can now imagine she can just use that until
the sanitary pads, oh my God.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The pad that whenever it's bought one, that's what is going to be used until the flow is over. What about you are a heavy bleeder? So something like we have to alternatively think about it. And also, what about the clothings? Do you have many? Or because last time I shot a video, you are this way. Today again, today is 2 days ago. Some 2 days ago. Today again, we are the same way. Do you have some clothings?
No.
Hey. And that's the life, guys. And when we come out to ask about help our people, or we are begging and we are kneeling down to talk about, these are the people we are having to the village. And if we help them today, we will never have a failure of tomorrow. Like right now, talk about now she is the way she is. She got married and she get much of the babies, and talk about a baby with a baby, and a baby again before even she attains 18, a baby again with a second baby. So about a problem coming out in a way that we will have a bigger talk about a very big circumstances that are going to be falling apart onto us, and talk about why couldn't we change the life at that kind of the moment. And I know it's going to be the way of changing her life a bit from today, and also the life going to be changing. I say always that today is today, but tomorrow going to be another day. And that's what we can just talk about this kind of the time. And I appreciate much of the people supporting, and they have that kind of a morale to support her, so as she can just go back to school and learn and get the exam. Because even I wanted her to go even tomorrow. If we don't get extra money, you just go tomorrow. I'll communicate with the mother, or I communicate with the guardian who brought you here, so I can just get you here, and we'll communicate and we will see if it gets better. Even to that kind of the money, I can add you 2,000. There's no problem. I can add you 2,000 to get it 5,000. Yeah, there's no problem. This is 2,000. I can add her because I feel also about her. No, this money, get this. This is 2,000. So 1,000 here, go buy essential needs. Pen, because you're going to be getting to exam. Pen, talk about a notebook, because I know before the exam you should get a notebook. I was never having a notebook, and whenever it comes to revision, it was very hard for me to go and tear some of the papers from the book that I know it has not been covered with much of the notes. I tear it from the middle and write some notes. A bit a headache. And I'm going to be supporting 1,000 this. Make sure that you're going to be buying essential stuffs for yourself, and also shave. Buy some buy some applying oil. I see even right now how you are. You have not applied.
Don't cry. Everything.
No. Everything is possible. So you have your brother here, you have your sister around, and don't worry about that.
Stop crying.
So this one here, I think it will be enough. Shave and buy applying oil, and also what else? Sanitary needs, some books and pens. This one here, get it to this kind of the fee. Put it here. That's a now. Exactly. Put it there. So this one here, buy essential needs, and make it happen. Even if it's today, make sure that from here it's still the time. The time is good. Go to the town, shave very nicely, and tomorrow, if you don't have a transport, I'll get you back to school. Me personally, sawa. Even if you're gonna be getting back home, I'll get you back home. Prepare yourself. Do you have a bag? You have a bag. Exactly. So take this money. So this one here for the fee, get it back to the fee. This one here, get it to your personal needs. I don't want to know whatever, innerwears, whatever you feel you can buy. Today is a market in Nyabohanse. You understand me? Get to Nyabohanse, buy whatever you don't have today and shave. Then tomorrow, it's on Saturday, go back to school, because you can go back to school at any time. And start reading, because on Wednesday you have an exam, and I know whenever it gets to exam time, you have to make it happen. You have to read and also get, and this kind of the stress you're going to be having, leave them when you are living here. Leave those stresses here. When you get out of that gate there, make sure that you are in school mood. You get me? Exactly. Study. Because this kind of the moment, this is the exam that you're going to be doing for the promotion of next year. Exactly. Exactly. And just strive. You know that you have a brother here. You understand? Exactly. For the people going to be touched also, you can just support us and support her to have more. Now you can imagine how she is that way. What about their home? You can imagine. Because not even their home, there's somebody who went to the church, contributed to the church, and talked about, they started an awareness, which is of a fundraising. They fundraised iron sheets and some nails. Church. Then a person came out and talked about, I have removed this kind of a plot for them to have a structure. And a structure was placed onto their land. And that's where they are living. Now you can imagine they have been supported into that. What about today? And that's why we talk about let me change her. And the change going to be coming as we put it in the forum. As small we're going to be having, as small we're going to be putting, she's going to be changing. And I know the change is coming. You can never know that, okay, you can be, I always use this kind of a character of Ayub. Whenever it reaches at a point, he talked about, even the wife talked about, Ayub, can't you mock God? And that's the time now he has reached where now extension, where now we're going to be failing and everything going to be so bad. But he talked about, no, I cannot mock God. He knows why. He knows why you are that way. And he knows that when you are born, God knew that maybe Gint will come to your life. Maybe you never reached. Because at there, your home where I came up to, that's where I was getting. There's a mom who is at that side, who is having a problem. I don't know what kind of the problem that mom has, but I've ever come, she anatoanga mawe. Unamjua? Huyo mama, mwembamba hivi. You can imagine I have come to that kind of the point, and I went to buy some of the stones to construct my G castle. It was in December last year, 2024. And I got that kind of the mom, and I helped her with 1,000 to go and get to the hospital and check whatever things she's going to be coming out with. So I never knew that we are in such kind of a village also. I never knew. But I always support where I can. So you can just say something here as we're going to be closing this kind of the chapter at the 29th minute of the 58th, some seconds.
I say thank you for supporting me with small that you have.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so that tomorrow I can go back to school.
Yeah, exactly.
And continue with my studies.
Tomorrow is another day. Keep it tuned, keep it locked.
But still she have a balance.
She has a balance. But whatever small we raise, let her not stuck at home.
Yeah.
Let her keep on pressing and study good and get the exam on Wednesday, because we are preparing her for the exam. To do exam while she is in that mood of school.
And you know, if she didn't go to do exam, she will repeat.
Exactly. Yeah. That is it. So go to school tomorrow, and if you don't have a transport, call me. Tell the guardian or your mom, they will call me. I'll take you to school.
Guys, I don't have much. Like, let me give her 200 shillings.
Wagwan.
For the transport. For the transport.
Yeah, 200 shillings. Yeah. This one. Catch this one.
It will be enough to her to school.
We are doing fundraising here. And it's a very bad. For the people who are there, support us also. Give me something that you're going to... Oh, my fingers are so long. Give me something you're going to be having. Yeah, and give me something if you're going to be having.
Small that you can support to this little young ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, even her needs to complete the school fees, you can support, guys. Yeah. Not only that we go to our homes to ask for our sisters, but even this one, she's like our sister, guys. So,
and we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can make it through you guys. Support this young lady so that she can complete her school fees to settle in school. It's time for examination, guys. We don't want her to repeat in the same class.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you,
exactly,
Amajit, for your support and your love. You have shown this girl. God bless you.
Each and every kind of the person who's going to be touched with this kind of the story, and we really appreciate much of your kindness and talk about let's press it moving. Today is today. Tomorrow is another day.
Yeah.
You say it? Today is today.
Tomorrow is another day.
Tomorrow is another day. And tomorrow is another day as you're going to be getting to school. And I know it will be a change. Keep it tuned. Guys, after everything, we are just back here to the Jiggers family's construction site here. And I can now see we are now finishing it up, and everything is now bulked. So we are remaining with something called the maram now. And after I've said that they're going to be compacted, it's going to be getting down, it's going to be squeezed, and it's going to be compressing, it's going to be lowering down a bit. So from there now, it's going to be compacted in terms of walking on top and much more. what's going to be remaining is to make sure that we're going to be placing the maram, and after the maram now, you're going to be concreting it after every kind of the position of talk about the bricklaying and much more. So as you can see, everything that is just winding here. So the work continues, and the boys are strong enough. And Zimia basi muziki. The muziki hapa, it's a much of Jamaican music. So reasons here very much fantastic here, and everything is so fantastic. Nishikia hapa bana nikuonyesha. Amu nadhaningi mimi na leta nikuonyeshe. Sasa mimi ndo nakuanga wazimu. Mimi nakupelekea mpaka mahali inafaa iende, si ndio?
Kabisa.
Yeah man.
Alipiga, umefanya kazi ya tipa.
Imenanta bana.
Mvua.
Taromuhoro. Baza. Taromuhoro. Ikisema nataka lakini.
Niko nakwambia wewe bado hujapiga mboka wewe. Unaona nafikisha exactly.
Inapita.
Inapita.
Yama.
Nagusha nini?
Eh?
Nagusha nini?
Oh Oh, uko sindio?
Uko down sasa.
Mbona mnaangalia bwana? Shika korofa.
Umeharibu.
The work continues as normal. Wow. The other guy is leveling a bit here. Wow. Guys, right now you're going to be looking a bit now bigger and larger. Yeah. So even somebody from the road can now identify and talk about, yeah, it's a good structure right now, and it's looking bigger, as you can now see from every kind of the angle. And right now it is no much of the holes that were there and representing. And what I talked about, it's gonna be, whenever you're gonna be walking here, it's gonna be compressed and it's gonna be bulking itself in a way that it's gonna be so fantastic here. Wow. So the only thing that's remaining here is just the setting of the bricks and also getting it in touch. And tomorrow, it's on Saturday, we are not doing much of the job as normal, as we understand. The only thing that's going to be coming up is on Sunday. We're going to be getting it in touch in terms of the settings, and now the house is going to be coming up like something else. So keep it tuned. I'm going to be giving you much of the things. I'm going to be getting to the hospital to check what's going to be popping out from there. I'm going to be making sure that everything is so fantastic. So we are now closing up this kind of the chapter. And I appreciate much of the people watching and also supporting us in a little bit that we're going to be having, and also talk about, yeah, let's cope up and let's make it happen to this kind of the family to get a permanent solution at this kind of the spot here. I appreciate much of the people tuned, locked in and watching. It's a bit the evening session, as we're going to be now making sure we're going to be getting to the house like chicken. I never get to 6. Chicken always getting to 6 in there. Exactly, that's what we're going to be doing here. So let's get back to the area. I think that we bado mtazitunza. Wash the tools. Kila mtu awoshe tu leo. Yeah. Yeah. He's not hearing. He's a bit deaf and he cannot also talk. So, but he can understand with the signs. Yeah. So I like him because I always give him some of the opportunity and the work to do here. To make sure we're gonna be getting a little bit of something. Yeah. I always understand. I always have each and every other person, all the vulnerables. Talk about whether you are whatever you are, which can never the position you are, but you can work. I always orient you to have the work going on. So we are gonna be washing much of the utensils. I'll talk about this kind of the stuff here. The tools and equipment that we have been using here, and also get them stored where necessary here. So keep it tuned, guys. Coming back from the hospital from this kind of the time, one-on-one live.